The reason why that somebody Hi, Jesus. The reason why somebody like Jesus or anybody else, like, there's all kinds of, who knows what they're doing there. I mean, certainly you don't immediately cut their heads off, but I guess apparently that's happened too. They don't really have time for any, like, to see what I'm experiencing on social media. It's great and everything to try and answer everybody that has no clue. You'll see something, a post or a meme or an advertisement or something. Oh my God. Having said that, thank God for the ability to just weed shit out and just figure, yeah, wow. But see, how long do you do that before you say, can we influence something here? Or does it always have to be just pure stark raving bullshit, making it to the surface and getting even worse, warring over? Just asking for a 2-year-old that was born here and would like to make sense out of at least something. Maybe their bodies, yeah. So these people, such as myself, might be kind of apparent, we don't really, we're kind of, I was going to say privileged, for lack of a better word, but it just so happens to be that we have this different kind of life that we just chose, a lot of it we chose because we were at an advantage. And I think that when you see that road to go, it's obvious. You want your privacy. You want your freedom to know what you can know in that privacy. Mainly it's what it is. You want to be left undistracted to, like, first of all, it's like your body. Now we're going into age 2, 3.5. Then now it's like, well, can I use my own mind? Or is it just fully taken over by them? And we see the problem, the plague of narcissism, if you really want to get to that name, which I don't like that name. Let's just say, let's get real scientific and hurt people that don't know how to be just scientific and remove yourself away from it and look at the truth. Glitched apparatuses, machinery that doesn't work right. Its wiring is messed up. It's nothing new. See, that's where you have to go seek your intelligence. Is there somebody on the outside that can? Who's going to do that though? See, I am somebody who's exposing information. Well, sorry about this lighting. And it's not my choice, babes. Really, I've been able to see that there is something strange happening, and I can poke around it. I can take my complete personal self away from me, and me away from you, and say, this is the truth that we already known for ancient years. There's beautiful poetry written. That's the way it sounds sometimes. If you really want to get into somebody's, I was going to say psyche, but really it's the way that they're processing things, and through reading is helping. If you read material that is written by people who are genuinely enlightened, or even if you hear their music, who are genuinely enlightened, away from being a mental case, or anything, if you just watch them do something, you will learn a whole different essence of being and how to, kind of a thing, and how just really a being that is how they are. And that rubs off in micro spirals, right, of what they're doing, dialing in. Now, you want to point at love, that's what that is. But I was originally pointing at now having now that achievement is something for sure, that is one thing you'll have in your bag of goodies to pull out, and that's the main thing that's going to work when you're dealing with other people in relationships, right? We mainly get concerned with love in relationships we get that comes up in relating. We think it's only isolated to relating with people, and it's really not. But that is the engine of survival within a possible ecology that now, let's talk about now how much needs to be awakened to it and how much doesn't. We are looking at a populace that 99.99% needs to be awakened to it. Now, having said that, do you, if you just think, and most of you don't, but how that it's just stuck, really how the possibility was greater before to be able to resonate with things on a selfless level, which is on the level of love, that would bring all kinds of things into us that wouldn't be geared as weaponry or somebody has just all the power over. It's really, we have an understanding of the truth that is beyond mind. It's more of a very scientific heart orientation. Um, to have have the potential, because we're sitting here thinking, well, we can't even see the universe, let alone how do we get to a planet, and do we have the machinery that works, and what's going on now with that. And I'm here to tell you that is so it's all so spammed out. It's so spammed up. It's some kind of thing happening on this plane that says let's go this. It's just a possibility out of many, 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 and it's looking like the worst possibility. Within micro and macrocosmic um, developments that we can acknowledge, that's just totally, I see it as non-existent now, because if this conversation can be had so easily. See, we as an organism, we're progressing, and there is the head. It's called Aries. They're the first responders. And then there's the tail, which is Pisces, who is like, this is it. It's the whole ocean of whatever it is. And the Piscean age that we're kind of so-called finishing up, it won't be until another 150 years, points at the spiritual decimation, really the decimation of our real connection to everything, basically the truth. You call it God, whatever fucking gibberish you want to fucking get confused about, mental cases. You're fine. You just more and more cut off and quarantined. That video I just made, that I'm gonna start putting them on Facebook, because it's like, there's a thing happening where on my YouTube where they want a verification code. It's kind of tangled up. It's been tangled up for a year and a half or two. That I just haven't. I don't have a real verification code. I need a little help on it. Maybe it would be nice to have at least one more person, like two or more. 2 or more, baby. Woo, we get dangerous. Just selflessly help me figure out that verification code. I have money to whatever it needs at the phone company, because I'm on a landline on purpose, is what I did. Really, I'm trying to tell you that, I'm batting back. I'm trying to do the least and least and least, believe it or not, but I've just, because it's the most hazardous for somebody like me, a high frequency being, and that just means that you do things at a rapid pace, and you do it like covering the whole issue, and it's like, yep, we're getting radiation poisoning here. It's really fucking with our brains too, and congratulations on your new nerve damage. The nerve damage will come from dealing with the narcissist. It's bad enough. They're doing gaslighting across the board, and it will get on your nerves. It'll drive you crazy. How do you cope? But it just gets on your nerves, literally. You get a nerve problem. 95% of that is you can bat it back. You can get a handle on it by disallowing yourself to get angry, first of all, at the fucking narcissists, all of them that are, they're running amok on the planet here. It's just like, what are we going to do? I mean, come on, hit like and subscribe. I was trying to tell you about my YouTube channel that, oh, how do you like my dirty laundry in the back? Hey, narcissist, I'm trying to get rid of you. We're human beings here. Goodbye. That they want a verification code because I have a different number. It's just not hooked into, my iPhone is not a phone. I have a landline, and they don't have a number to me, and they really want to help me, actually, because it's about the fact that I have so many videos on YouTube. They want a better security, as far as just, there's actually benevolent monitor on SM, completely transparent, by the way. There isn't anything Everybody thinks that they have privacy. That's a one-way thing. You're actually not even thinking on your own to think that the applications in each separate one is private. No, there's just wartime policies, like really an intergalactic rule. And what benevolent beings like your own mother, if she was healthy, would practice about your privacy and boundaries and stuff. They just know that you need to grow as an organism on that in that realm, and you just have no idea what's going on as far as that. And how do you like Shauna's sci-fi now? Anyway, very productive time for me, and unfortunate how that they've seemed to done this before, where they pick up on it. See, and they found a video that I had mentioned something, but really they're just trying to clean up, and they want me to chalk up a little bit, mainly because of the information that I am exposing and how I'm putting it together, and I don't want to do this. The subject of narcissism, which is and or mental cases that glitched out faction on the planet that are just, I don't like it because it's like almost like picking on a handicapped person. You're picking on a handicap. First of all, because, well, why when you find yourself getting really, really um, personal about them attacking you or whatever that they do, and they are very toxic and they're not oriented to reality and the truth. So they're liable to do a lot of toxic thing based in suggestion or whatever money has them doing, really, a TV set and other people. They're very lost, so they're not using their senses. This is just the truth. And see, I keep exposing it over YouTube, and that's the only reason why I have near 400 subscribers. One video, and I'm noticing it's coming up through an algorithm of cosmic rays during something going on in the sky. It's time to move forward. Really, the evolution of our consciousness on this planet depends on whether we see through the mind's illusion and get up out of the flat line, the first dimension. See, a lot of people, there's a huge faction that can care less about this, and this conversation is useless. But then there's another one who's saying, wait a minute, I'm starting to feel that I want my own fresh air. I want to know if there's something above this. It's a drag back of you can call it the system or what the dime is doing, or even just your mind. Really, not even thinking, not able to get away from the poor programming of your parents. I was going to say your predecessors. Really, you're just like born helplessly exposed to this. It could be a total crock of steaming, warming over, churning shit. Just trying to be more real than the actual discipline, the truth that it takes to get better at being a good presence on this plane, or getting good at being a better presence on this plane. Just keep going general and keep doing that. The narcissist, it's a plague when you see it's a battle. It's like they are weaponized, babes. They are the weapon against something very beautiful unfolding on this planet. They just hold steadfast in their fear and their need to win and be right. And it's hard to tell who's who, but look and see who is just. It's called the overlay. They're just coating the place. It could be literal. It could be mental. It's there. They do that with their relationships, and they're in very miserable relationships because of that. It's called the overlay. It's a lie, and it's a constant. It's like they're on eggshells about that, and you better be on eggshells. And of course, there's they and me, and it's like, this is because you are jacking yourselves out of a feeling that you are responsible to honor, which is how you feel. You feel good. Getting back to, it doesn't matter if you're anywhere doing something alone, but now we're talking about your human relationships. It's really important to associate with your people, the people that are there that can lift you up instead of, see, the thing that come up with me now, it's like, well, thanks a lot. There is something, though, called um, lifting each other up instead of helping. The pity party who comes to help. Well, if you're just a ditch digger spiral down that is taught by the wicked witch, moving to a pitch of digging in that ditch, where you just think, you just fell away from society and Jesus, am I on the right track? Yeah, fuck society. and they think that you're sick and you just need to be shoved through their fucking meat grinding, cookie cutting fucking shit. No originality, no talent. You're borrowing fucking stuff, and you're actually afraid to be more creative than that, right? Because it feels like you're walking on tightrope. It's really, you don't really know your real creative life. You don't really know. And see, that's the thing. I try to make a, uh-oh, what happened? I try to make a video about it. You can see the kids that are like, oh, I want my creative life. And it's really early. And the best ones, right? They just continue to rebel. They don't even do that. They just go, no. And they're like this. I, I. You know, you look around, babe. Come on, you look around society and it's not looking good. It's looking, literally, it's looking ugly. I mean, the geometry is off. The symmetry is terrible. And I'm telling you, babes, when there is off geometry and symmetry is bad, I'm talking about literal bodies, unhealthy, let alone the mind, and then the actions of people. They're just all just stuck in a maze. Eat, go to work, sleep, get up, shit, go eat, beat on your neighbor, go to sleep, eat. Now you plug into your fucking neighbor's brain because you're a narcissist or something like that. And that's what narcissists do, is they do so-called renting space in people's heads. You know, whatever it is, they just, that's how they get their energy. It's a parasitical existence. And this particular thing I'm talking about, well, like I said, it gets me all kinds of likes and subscribes on it's the plague of the earth. That's why. And the monitor intergalactically, I don't care how crazy I sound here, but I know what's going on. They wish that more people would celebrate it. Yeah, no, there's a difference between God and the hellhole. There is heaven and hell. This is just metaphors, and who, see, could it be one person that figures it out? Yeah, but can one person alter the place? And we could say no. So far, we have a story that's being talked about altered. Um, and then you place the blood scene on a cross and say that's normal back there. Just you hang the Christ up, and you just finish up your meal over it.